All right, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, you already know what time it is, and right here, right now, we are live in full effect, worldwide, all over the globe, and we got a phenomenal, up-and-coming, rising talent within the hip-hop community. This individual's name is none other than Carr, and you all need to watch out for him in the year 2022, because this is his year, and we got him right here live on the line. How are you doing this evening?
Couldn't be more blessed. Thank you for having me, DJ Immortal.
Hey man, I appreciate. First and foremost, man, you are most certainly welcome. I definitely appreciate you. I gotta say, we've been digging your music down here in Canada. Definitely, you are a phenomenal hip hop artist.
I greatly appreciate that, man. I just want everyone to rock with me, and it's good to know that people outside the States can rock with me, too.
And the one thing I want to ask, man, because I'm really curious, man, because you are such a phenomenal hip hop artist, like I just mentioned. But I have to ask, man, like, what actually made you decide to pursue a career within the music industry initially, man? Because honestly, you're so talented at what you do.
Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, it's a passion that started from a young age. I mean, I used to write poetry as a kid. Found my passion from hip hop at an early age in high school. Ciphers, rap battles with my friends, that sort of thing. Kind of fell off the way for a little while as I was pursuing my professional life. I was in the United States Armed Forces for about 3 years of my life in the United States Navy. After leaving that lifestyle and changing directions there, moving into California, kind of started to grow some connections within the music industry out here, started to reconnect with those roots that I had from my previous life. And, you know, I just kind of decided to take the world by storm and put together my first tape. So last year, you know, we put together the Year of the Ox, my first ever mixtape put out on SoundCloud. And from there, it just kind of snowballed, man. I met Sean Muniz, my director. We put together a little music video for the Rick Ross Grunt. And from there, you know, we're just trying to make moves and trying to make waves.
And also as well, man, when you actually mentioned you were part of the United States military, man, I have to ask, just going back to that, first and foremost, I got to say, you know, even though I'm in Canada, you know, the Canadian military and your guys' military works, you know, hand in hand. So I got to say for that, definitely thank you for your service and helping to keep North America safe and free. But I have to ask, man, what actually made you decide to venture into the military? I know a lot of individuals, they do it because they just want to see their country free and whatnot, man. But what actually made you decide to get into the military?
You know, if I was to tell you that I joined to keep this country free, you know, I'd be lying to you, man. I do appreciate you saying thank you for your service, but, you know, in all actuality, the reality of it is, you know, I came from a household where, you know, we always had what we needed, but we certainly were not well off, and so I kind of took it upon myself to try and grow opportunities out of what I saw around me. And, you know, the area that I'm from, small inner city town in Massachusetts, where I'm from originally, there wasn't a lot of opportunity for growth. I was looking around my peer group, looking around my people, and, you know, everyone's kind of doing the same thing, so I just kind of wanted to branch out. A friend of mine had joined the service and had actually moved over to Japan, so I kind of wanted to see the world from my own eyes. So that's why I joined the Navy, because out of all the branches, I knew that that was the one that would move around the most. And, you know, blessed and luckily enough, I was able to see many countries and many states in my time there. So, yeah, I'd say the biggest motivation for joining the military was to see the world, to change within myself, and to just see what was out there and to gain more opportunity for myself at a young age.
And I have to ask, man, when you actually said you saw the world and whatnot, because I was actually looking at your Facebook and Instagram, and I got to say, you definitely saw the world. I have to say, what was one of the most astonishing places that you actually seen during your time with the military?
It was definitely Dubai, brother. Dubai was insane. We got over there about halfway through. We spent about 2 weeks out there, and we just got to see it all. I mean, it's just crazy what they have out there. They got the world's largest mall, the world's tallest building, crazy stuff like that. We was even in the desert whipping ATVs and SUVs and stuff like that. So it was definitely a movie for sure out there.
And also as well, man, going back into the music side of things, last year you also had the opportunity to be featured in Obi-Wan's music video titled The Matrix. I was wondering, how did yourself and Obi-Wan get connected? And of course, for the listeners that haven't had the opportunity to check out The Matrix music video, where can they actually do so?
Yeah, so that's my boy Obi-Wan. I actually met him through Sean Muniz, who was the person who directed my music video for the Rick Ross Grunt. So after we had done my music video, he had let me know that Obi was looking for an extra in his video, and I, of course, was more than down to help somebody with their vision as well, and that's kind of how we linked up. And then if you guys want to go see that video, that just released this week. You can find that on his page at Obi-Wan Productions. Also on YouTube, just look up Obi-Wan Productions. The Matrix should be the first thing that pops up. Yeah, my man Obi definitely popped off with that one. That video was phenomenal.
And I got to say, I definitely agree when it comes to that video, man. I got to say, it was like watching, the legit Matrix when I watched that music video, man. It was definitely on point.
Yeah, for sure. That shit was crazy. I definitely gave him mad props for that. He definitely had the vision on that one.
And also, as well, December of 2021, so just last month, you actually released the phenomenal album titled Year of the Ox. I was wondering if you can actually tell us a story behind this phenomenal album. And of course, where can we actually buy or stream ourselves a copy of that phenomenal record today?
Yeah, man. Shit, Year of the Ox was, man, it was a passion project this year, man. So basically, the beginning of this year, I moved into my own spot, and all I really had was my laptop and a Yeti microphone. And, like I said, I had always had this passion for hip-hop, and I had put down to get together this track, Sunshine. And I got a lot of feedback from it from my friends and my family who were telling me to keep putting out more. So I started messing around with it. So then I just started grabbing some beats off YouTube. So it's a completely free tape. None of the beats are owned by me, so it's completely free to stream on SoundCloud and on YouTube. That can be found at my which is ItsYaBoyCarr, ItsYaBoyCarr. And basically, man, the vision for that was the Year of the Ox, right? 2021 was the Year of the Ox in the Chinese Zodiac, and in the Chinese Zodiac, I am also an ox. I'm in the Year of the Ox, so I kind of coined it as my year, and then I kind of coined that for the tape as well. And then over the course of the year, I just started putting down together songs and just kind of writing about my life, about shit I had been through. And then, just having some fun with it, too. So we put an accumulation of 7 songs on the tape, put it on SoundCloud first, and then we shot the music video for one of the songs, Rick Ross Grunt, this year. And then, yeah, that's kind of how it all came together. And I just had this big vision of just putting something out there for the world. And so far, it's been nothing but love and nothing but great feedback. So I'm really happy with how it came out.
And also, as well, on this self-titled song, Year of the Ox, you actually collaborated with a phenomenal individual by the name of Libsy. I was wondering if you could actually tell us a bit more about that collaboration, and of course, how did yourself and that phenomenal artist initially get connected? Because you guys had phenomenal chemistry together on that song.
For sure. Yeah, my boy Libs, I've known him since I was a kid, man. We actually worked at the same place together back home when I was right out of high school. So he's kind of a childhood friend of mine. He's always been in the music scene. He's actually put together 4 albums himself over the past 4 years. He's been doing this for a lot longer than I have. So he's actually kind of one of the people that pushed me to start writing my music because he knew I could rap. But, he was always kind of a motivator in my life. So I kind of just saw fit to kind of have him on that tape. He has a music group called Whooshy Gang. We kind of collaborated with that as well. So the tape is a Whooshy Gang project. And so it's kind of a culmination of my vision as well as, his motivation. I kind of had to give him his props and put him out there as well for that.
And I gotta say, do you think you guys are actually gonna collaborate together again in the future? Because I gotta say, I think I can speak for all your fans, man, that this collaboration was phenomenal, man. So I really do hope that in the future we actually get the opportunity to hear you two back on a record together again.
For sure. We're definitely working on an EP together. So there's definitely more work between me and Libs happening in the future. Man, that's one of my day ones. So no doubt we'll definitely be on some tracks together soon.
And also, as well, as you mentioned at the beginning of the interview, on December 26th of 2021, you actually premiered your brand new music video titled Rick Ross Grunt that was actually directed by your boy Sean. I was wondering, could you tell us a bit more about this music video? And of course, what was it like just being on set filming this phenomenal video?
Man, it was a blast, man. We had a lot of fun with it. So yeah, I met Sean through a couple of mutual friends of mine. I had just hit him up pretty much. I'd say it was probably around August I hit him up because I knew I had this vision for this video. And Rick Ross Grunt, like I said, was one of those songs that I was just having fun while I made it. It's kind of a party track. I was like, man, I would just love to have like a video to this and just to really turn up with it. So I put together some locations, and then he kind of put together the vision for what the video would look like. And in October, we shot it right before my birthday. On October 23rd, we went ahead and shot it. So shooting started at my house, just smoking, chilling, vibing, rapping, having a good time here. Then we rolled over to a local smoke shop, Smokey. Shout out Smokey's in Hayward out here in California. They're the real homies. I hit them up, a couple months earlier, asking them if I could shoot the video there. And luckily enough, I mean, again, bless this dude who owns the shop, because he was like, absolutely, bring your crew, bring your friends, we'll run it. So we went over to Smokey, shot a couple shots over there. And then my boy Jose, shout out Jose, man, he's the homie. He let me shoot some shots out of his Chevy Trail Boss. So those are some of my favorite shots we did with the car scene, where I'm in the back of the pickup and we're just vibing out, rapping. So hella fun to shoot that. And then at the end of it, yeah, we went over to this pool scene. I actually found the spot through Pure Space. Shout out Devin over at Pure Space, who rented out the spot for us, and we just had a couple of homies over there. And we just had fun with it, man. I mean, it was just me, my close friends. I actually had some friends. My boy Richard and my boy Nick flew out from Massachusetts to come be a part of the video over here in Cali. So, I mean, it was just my close friends, my homies, and we were all just having a good time just putting together the vision, man. It was awesome.
And also as well, man, you actually did a phenomenal music video premiere the same night, where you actually threw the premiere in New Bedford, Massachusetts. I was wondering if you can tell us a bit more about this music video release party. And of course, do you have any up-and-coming events in the near future where our listeners can actually snag themselves some tickets and come out and see the one and only Carr perform?
Yeah, man, the release party was it was phenomenal. It was all part of the vision. I knew, once I had the music video shot, once I had the tape together, I knew I had to put something together for the people, and I knew it had to be back home, man, because everyone back home is the ones that have been showing me love. They're the ones that know me the longest. They're the ones that know me the best. So I got with my friend Linnell Walker, a close friend of mine, a big, strong individual in my hometown community. He puts a lot of community events together, puts a lot of love for my community. He actually owns the communal space in downtown New Bedford, so he went ahead and let me, rent that space out to go ahead and release that video. And then we went ahead and had some performing acts by a couple local artists that I know from back home as well, Breezo Finesse, Tenkin, Libsy himself, and my friend D. Staley. So, yeah, man, it was awesome. It was a sweet event. We had a ton of people there. We were just vibing out, hyping each other up, and yeah, I mean, it was my first time being able to perform live the tape in front of a lot of people, so it was a good time. It was good energy. As far as upcoming events, that's still in the works. I'll definitely have that all on my IG. So if anybody wants to stay tuned for stuff coming up, you definitely got to pay attention to the IG, because that's where all that's going to get posted. I can't say for certain right now. We got a lot of stuff in the works, but it's all up and coming. So.
And also as well, last night you actually revealed on your Instagram story that when you actually hit 500 followers, that you actually have a surprise for the fans and listeners. I was wondering, I know you probably can't let too many cats out of the bag, hence why, you know what I mean, it's a surprise, but can you give us a little hint on what you actually got cooking up for that 500 milestone?
Well, let's just say, I didn't stop writing music, once the mixtape was done, so there's definitely more on the way, more in the bank, more ready to be released, so I just want to, give back what I already have given, and I hope I can deliver on that, you know what I mean?
And also, immediately after this interview, I actually got a song from your brand new record, Locked and Loaded, titled "The Devil Is a Woman," and I gotta say, definitely a strong, inspirational joint. But I gotta ask, man, for the listeners that haven't had the opportunity to hear this song, what can they expect from it when they hear it here first on the Canadian FM dial this evening?
Man, Devil is a Woman is a song that's kind of close to me, and, people that know me know how much it means to me. It's really just it's a song about truth. After I left the military, I was in a long-term relationship with a female, and that female, unfortunately, spent a lot of time manipulating me and distorting my image of reality and who I was. And I spent a couple years really depressed, really down on myself, really wondering, what my future was going to hold. And so that track kind of just outlines that, and really the struggle that I went through in that situation. It got to a point where, I thought I was going to take my own life. So I'm just blessed to be out of that situation, blessed to be alive, blessed to be thriving this year, blessed to be doing the things that I love. So yeah, that's what that track's about, man. That's where it comes from.
But I have to ask, man, what is next for yourself, Carr? Because I do know you just gave us a hint that you haven't stopped. You didn't stop writing after this record. But I have to ask, man, what is next for you? Is there anything we happen to miss during this broadcast? Anything else you still want to talk about or promote? Well, we still got you here live on the FM dial here this evening.
Man, I got plenty in store. This year is going to be a lot of work. I'm definitely trying to put together an album this year. I'm definitely working on getting that album to be produced by myself, mixed, mastered, and by myself. Definitely working with some great producers, though, for the beats. Going to be sourcing those from some phenomenal producers that have been working with me over Instagram, some local, some even across and from different countries. But, yeah, I got some phenomenal beats lined up, some great songs written. We just got some new equipment, too. So, like I said, the mixtape was put together on a laptop and a Yeti microphone. We just got the new Rode microphone coming in. The mixer came in. We got the studio monitors, the headphones. So we got all the gear that we need. But, yeah, man, the big vision for the album is it's going to be all owned by me, released by me. I'm going to have that on Spotify, Apple Music, all that. So we're going to get that produced and sent out everywhere. Y'all can expect the album by the end of this year for sure. And beyond the album, definitely looking to shoot another music video for sure with my guy Sean. And for my people back home in New Bedford, like I told them at the release party, we're definitely looking to fly back home and shoot that video back in my hometown, just to kind of show some love for those roots once more, and just to kind of vibe out with the people that kind of brought it to this point. Beyond the album, beyond the mixtape, and beyond the music, the only way to really support is just follow me on IG at ItsYaBoyCarr. Follow me on SoundCloud at ItsYaBoyCarr. It's at ItsYaBoyCarr on everything. That's my @ for everything. So just go follow me on all that social. And stay tuned, man, because, this shit's a passion, this shit's a love, and the more love that I get, man, the more I just want to put out. So I just hope that everyone loves it as much as I love putting it out, man.
And I know you just dropped your social media handles, man, so I'm not gonna get into that portion, but I have to ask, man, is there anybody that's listening or is gonna listen to this replay that you want to give a shout out to, man? You have the floor, man. You can rail out as many shout outs as you like.
Shit, man, if I was gonna shout out everybody, I'd probably take up 20 minutes to air, but I'll keep it real simple. Shout out Sean Muniz, man. Sean Muniz is the one who directed, edited the film. Phenomenal guy, man. He's become a close friend of mine ever since we worked together, so he's more than a colleague. He's a friend. Shout out to Tristan Castillo, director of photography of that joint. Shout out Hyperion Film, who was the film crew who provided the lighting and the crane work for that video. Beyond that, beyond the video, shout out to my boy Libsy, again, for the help and all the mixtape and as well as his features. Shout out to Linnell Walker at I Am Still Ill for the release party, for hosting at the communal space. Shout out again to my brother Jose for letting me use his truck for the video. Beyond that, shout out Obi-Wan Productions. We just became close friends again through that video, The Matrix. His video's phenomenal. His music's fire. His vision's fire. Shout out Young Hoff for real. Justin Hoffman, man, that's a real homie, too. I met him at the same video. His music's phenomenal. He's out here in California with me, and we're definitely going to be working on some stuff together this year as well. I look forward to it. Shout out D. Staley. Shout out Tenkin. Shout out Breezel Finesse. Those are some artists that were at the release party. Those are day one homies, and they got phenomenal music as well from the East Coast. Definitely a vibe with them. And then shout out my family and shout out, my friends, man. Shout out everyone back home, Richard, and, Nick, and shout out to everybody back home that showed love, showed support, showed out, and showed love. And those who know, they'll know. I don't even need to drop names at this point because everyone who's been there from the start and really understands this shit, they already know I got love for them. So.
And I gotta say, first and foremost, Carr, thank you so much for just taking the time out of your busy evening and sliding into the 97.7 FM airways, man. It definitely was an honor and most certainly a privilege, man. And I gotta say, keep doing your thing, man. You are definitely coming in hot. And I gotta say, this album is a masterpiece, man. So I'm super excited just to hear what's actually next from you in the year 2022.
The pleasure was all mine, man. Thank you so much for having me and allowing me on your space, man. Thank you for reaching out back to me when I reached out to you. I definitely mess with Outlaw Radio. You guys are dope. You guys are always playing hits on the radio, so I'm definitely bumping your shit at work when I'm vibing out. So, man, again, thank you so much for this opportunity.
Hey, man, you are most certainly welcome, and thank you so much for the support, man. We down here in Canada definitely appreciate it, man. So thank you so much.
Thank you, brother.
Have yourself a wonderful night, man, and definitely stay safe out there. And, of course, Happy New Year as well.
You do the same, brother. Happy New Year.